Don't scroll. Stop for a moment and listen to this because your heart needs this right now. This message is not appearing in front of you by accident. There is a reason these words have found you today. Someone finally told your soulmate who you really are, and ever since that moment, something inside them has completely changed. For a very long time, your soulmate only knew pieces of your story. They knew fragments, small details, tiny glimpses of who you are, but they never knew the deeper truth. They never truly understood the strength hidden behind your smile, the battles you fought in silence, the kindness you carry even when your own heart feels heavy, or the loyalty you give to people who sometimes never deserved it. They saw parts of you, but they did not see the whole picture. Then something unexpected happened. Someone spoke about you. Someone who understood your heart better than most people do. Someone who saw your struggles, your patience, your sacrifices, and your beautiful soul. And when that person started talking about you, your soulmate listened very carefully. At first they thought it would be just another conversation, just another passing moment. But the more they listened, the quieter they became. The more they learned about you, the deeper their thoughts traveled. It was as if every word painted a new image of you inside their mind. Suddenly they were no longer thinking about the version of you they had imagined. They were discovering the real you. The universe wants you to know that this moment created a powerful shift. Your soulmate cannot stop thinking about what they heard. Your energy has been following them everywhere. During the day, random thoughts of you enter their mind without warning. At night, your presence appears in their dreams. They try to focus on other things, but somehow their attention keeps returning to you. Listen closely because your heart needs this right now. The person who spoke about you did not exaggerate. They did not create a fantasy. They simply revealed truths your soulmate had never been able to see before. They spoke about your courage. They spoke about how you continue moving forward even when life becomes difficult. They spoke about how you care deeply for others even when nobody notices. They spoke about the love inside your heart, the dreams you keep hidden, and the beautiful qualities you rarely show the world. And every sentence felt like a key unlocking a new door inside your soulmate's heart. The deeper truth is that your soulmate has been carrying questions about you for a long time. Questions they never asked aloud. Questions they kept buried inside themselves. They wondered if you were truly as special as their heart kept suggesting. They wondered if the connection they felt was real. They wondered if destiny was trying to guide them toward you. And now, after hearing the truth about who you really are, many of those questions are being answered. The strange feeling you have been experiencing lately is not your imagination. Your energy and your soulmate's energy have been moving closer together. The universe has been creating circumstances behind the scenes. Signs have been appearing everywhere. Maybe you have been noticing repeating numbers like 111, 222, 333, 444, or 777. Maybe songs suddenly remind you of someone you cannot explain. Maybe certain memories keep resurfacing. These are not random coincidences. These are reminders that something important is unfolding. Your soulmate is beginning to see you through a different lens. They are beginning to understand why your presence affects them so deeply. There are moments now when they stop whatever they are doing and simply think about you. They remember things they once overlooked. They replay conversations. They imagine possibilities. They wonder what would happen if they finally followed their heart instead of their fears. What they learned about you has created an emotional storm inside them. Not a storm of confusion, but a storm of realization. Because the more they think about you, the more they understand that people like you are rare. Genuine hearts are rare. Loyal souls are rare. People who continue choosing kindness despite disappointment are rare. And suddenly your soulmate feels afraid of missing something precious. The universe is saying that your story has reached them in a way they never expected. The person who told them about you may not even realize the impact their words created. They may think it was just a conversation. They may think it was nothing important. But spiritually, it was a turning point. It was a moment destiny had been preparing for. Listen carefully because this part is important. Your soulmate has not been able to forget what they heard because every detail confirmed feelings they were already carrying deep inside. Their heart recognized something familiar. Their soul recognized something meaningful. That is why your energy continues returning to them again and again. Even when they try to focus elsewhere, thoughts of you appear. Even when they tell themselves to stop wondering, they continue wondering. Even when they try to ignore the connection refuses to disappear. There is something beautiful happening beneath the surface right now. Your soulmate is beginning to see beyond appearances, beyond assumptions, beyond fears. They are seeing your heart. They are seeing your spirit. They are seeing the truth. And once someone sees the truth, it becomes impossible to return to ignorance. The old version of how they viewed you is fading away. A new understanding is taking its place. The universe wants you to know that your soulmate admires things about you that you rarely admire about yourself. They admire your resilience. They admire your patience. They admire your ability to keep going when others would have given up. They admire your authenticity. These qualities shine brighter than you realize. The funny thing is that you may not even know this transformation is happening. You may be living your life, handling your responsibilities, carrying your own concerns, completely unaware that someone cannot stop thinking about you. Yet that is exactly what is happening. Your soulmate keeps returning to thoughts of you because their soul is searching for clarity. Their heart is trying to understand why your energy feels so significant. The deeper truth is that they are no longer seeing you as just another person. They are beginning to see you as someone who could change their life. Someone who could bring meaning, comfort, understanding, and love into their future. And that realization is powerful. It is difficult to ignore. It is difficult to forget. Listen closely because your heart needs this right now. There may have been times when you felt unseen. Times when you wondered if anyone truly understood you. Times when you questioned whether your efforts mattered. But the universe is showing you that your story has more influence than you realize. Your character has more impact than you realize. Your soul has touched hearts in ways you may never fully understand. And now it has touched the heart of your soulmate in a deeper way than ever before. Every day they learn something new about you through memories, reflections, and feelings. Every day their curiosity grows stronger. Every day they feel more drawn toward understanding you. The connection is becoming harder for them to deny. They are beginning to recognize that what they feel is not ordinary attraction. It is not a passing interest. It is something deeper. Something spiritual. Something that continues growing instead of fading. And the more they think about what they heard, the more certain they become that you are different from anyone they have ever known. The universe is asking you to trust the timing of your journey. Not everything needs to happen immediately. Some connections grow quietly before they reveal their true purpose. Some souls spend time learning lessons before they are ready to come together. What matters is that movement is happening. Awareness is growing. Hearts are awakening. And your soulmate is no longer able to ignore what their soul keeps telling them. Someone finally told them who you really are. Someone finally helped them see beyond the surface. Someone finally revealed the beauty, strength, and truth that have always existed inside you. And ever since that moment, they have not been able to stop thinking about you. Your name echoes inside their thoughts. Your energy follows them through their days. Your presence lingers in their heart long after every distraction fades away. This is not the end of the story. This is the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter where understanding replaces uncertainty. A chapter where truth replaces assumptions. A chapter where your soulmate finally starts seeing you the way the universe has always seen you. And as this chapter unfolds, one thing becomes clearer with every passing day: the more they learn about who you truly are, the more impossible it becomes for them to forget you. Listen closely, because the message is not over yet. In fact, what happened after that conversation is even more important than the conversation itself. After hearing the truth about you, your soulmate tried to go back to normal. They tried to continue their day as if nothing had changed. They told themselves they were overthinking. They told themselves it was just curiosity. They told themselves that people talk about others all the time and that this would eventually leave their mind. But that is not what happened. Instead, every hour that passed seemed to make their thoughts about you stronger. They would be doing something completely unrelated when suddenly a memory, a feeling, or a question about you would appear out of nowhere. It became impossible to ignore. They started wondering how many things they had misunderstood about you. They started questioning old assumptions. They began looking at past interactions from a completely different perspective. And with every reflection, they discovered another reason why they could not stop thinking about you. The universe is showing me that there was a moment recently when your soulmate sat alone, even if only for a few minutes, and allowed themselves to truly think about you without distractions. During that moment, they realized something powerful. They realized that what attracts them to you is not something superficial. It is not based on appearances or temporary emotions. It is based on the energy of your soul. It is based on the truth of who you are beneath everything the world sees. And once that realization entered their heart, it began changing everything. Suddenly your soulmate became more aware of signs around them. They noticed songs that reminded them of you. They noticed situations that strangely connected back to thoughts of you. They noticed repeating numbers and unusual coincidences that seemed impossible to ignore. Every sign felt like a whisper from the universe saying, "Pay attention. This connection matters." And the more they paid attention, the stronger the feeling became. Listen to this because your heart needs this right now. There are things your soulmate admires about you that they have never said out loud. They admire the way you survive difficult seasons without letting bitterness consume you. They admire the way you keep moving forward even when nobody is cheering for you. They admire the fact that your heart still carries hope despite everything it has experienced. These qualities are rare. These qualities are powerful. And these qualities have left a deep impression on them. The truth is that many people spend their lives searching for someone authentic. They search for someone genuine. They search for someone whose soul feels real in a world full of masks. Your soulmate is beginning to realize that what they have been searching for may have been standing much closer than they ever imagined. That realization has created both excitement and fear inside them. Excitement because they see possibilities. Fear because they understand how important this connection could become. The universe wants you to know that your soulmate has replayed that conversation more than once. Certain words keep echoing inside their mind. Certain descriptions of you keep returning to their thoughts. They remember hearing about your kindness. They remember hearing about your strength. They remember hearing about your loyalty and your character. And every time those memories return, they feel the connection growing stronger. It is almost as if their soul is collecting pieces of a puzzle and finally beginning to see the full picture. The deeper truth is that your soulmate is learning that you are far more extraordinary than they realized. Not because you are perfect. Not because you never make mistakes. But because you are real. Because your heart remains open despite life's challenges. Because your spirit continues shining despite moments of darkness. Because your soul carries a light that cannot be hidden forever. Listen carefully because this next part is important. There are moments when your soulmate feels your energy even when you are nowhere near them. They cannot explain it logically. They cannot fully understand it. Yet they feel it. Sometimes it arrives as a sudden sense of comfort. Sometimes it arrives as a feeling of longing. Sometimes it arrives as a quiet certainty that their path and your path are connected in ways they do not yet fully understand. These feelings are becoming more difficult for them to dismiss. The universe has a way of bringing truth into the light when the time is right. For a long time, your soulmate may have been distracted by fear, confusion, or circumstances. For a long time, they may have focused on everything except what their heart was trying to tell them. But now something is shifting. Now they are becoming more honest with themselves. Now they are allowing themselves to explore feelings they once pushed away. And that process keeps leading them back to you. Every road seems to return to your name. Every question seems to lead back to your energy. Every reflection seems to bring them closer to understanding what this connection truly means. Your soulmate is beginning to realize that meeting someone like you is not something that happens every day. Genuine connections are rare. Souls that resonate with each other are rare. People who inspire growth, healing, and understanding are rare. And they are starting to see you as one of those rare people. Someone unforgettable. Someone meaningful. someone who entered their life for a reason. The universe is also showing me that there are emotions your soulmate has not fully expressed yet. Emotions they are still trying to understand. They may appear calm on the outside, but internally there is movement. Internally there is reflection. Internally there is a growing awareness that something important is happening. They are discovering that the more they learn about you, the more respect they feel for you. The more respect they feel, the deeper their emotional connection becomes. And the deeper that connection becomes, the harder it is for them to imagine simply forgetting about you and moving on. Listen to this because your heart needs this right now. Sometimes the universe allows people to hear the truth about someone at exactly the right moment. Not too early. Not too late. Exactly when their soul is ready to receive it. That is what happened here. Your soulmate heard the truth about you when they needed to hear it most. And because of that, the message reached a part of their heart that had been waiting for clarity. The walls are slowly coming down. The doubts are slowly fading. The confusion is slowly being replaced by understanding. Every day they think about you, they discover another layer of meaning. Every day they remember what they heard, they feel another spark of realization. And every day the connection becomes harder to ignore. The universe wants you to trust what is unfolding behind the scenes. Even if you cannot see every detail right now, movement is happening. Awareness is growing. Hearts are changing. Energies are aligning. Your soulmate is no longer the same person they were before hearing the truth about you. Something inside them has awakened. Something inside them has begun looking at you with new eyes. And once a soul begins seeing the truth, it can never completely unsee it. The thoughts keep returning. The feelings keep growing. The curiosity keeps expanding. And through it all, one truth remains unchanged. Someone finally told your soulmate who you really are, and the more they think about what they learned, the more impossible it becomes for them to stop thinking about you. This story is still unfolding, this connection is still growing, and the universe is still guiding both of your hearts toward the next chapter that destiny has been preparing all along. Listen carefully because the energy of this message is becoming even stronger now. What your soulmate is experiencing at this moment is something they never expected. They thought that after a few days the thoughts would fade. They thought the curiosity would disappear. They thought life would simply return to normal. But instead, something very different happened. The more time passed, the more your presence seemed to grow inside their heart. It was almost as if the universe took that conversation and planted a seed deep within their soul. At first it was only a small thought. Then it became a question. Then it became a feeling. And now it has become something they can no longer ignore. Every day they wake up with you somewhere in their mind. Every night they go to sleep with unanswered thoughts about you still lingering in their heart. They are beginning to realize that this connection is not behaving like ordinary connections behave. Most thoughts come and go. Most feelings appear and disappear. Most people are forgotten with time. But somehow you are different. Somehow your energy remains. Somehow your presence stays. And that is exactly what has been surprising them the most. The universe wants you to know that your soulmate has entered a period of deep reflection. They are looking back at events that once seemed meaningless and discovering new meaning within them. They are remembering moments they once overlooked. They are noticing details they failed to notice before. They are beginning to understand that fate may have been trying to guide them for much longer than they realized. Listen closely because your heart needs this right now. There was a moment recently when your soulmate caught themselves smiling while thinking about you. It happened unexpectedly. They were not trying to think about you. They were focused on something else entirely. Yet suddenly your image appeared in their mind, and without realizing it, they smiled. That moment caught them off guard because it revealed something important. It revealed that their feelings are becoming deeper than simple curiosity. Their heart is responding to your energy in ways they cannot fully explain. And when a heart begins responding like that, it becomes impossible to pretend nothing is happening. The deeper truth is that your soulmate is starting to admire the person you are becoming. Not just who you were. Not just who others say you are. But who you are growing into. They see strength where others only saw struggle. They see wisdom where others only saw experience. They see beauty where others only noticed appearances. And most importantly, they see authenticity. In a world where so many people hide behind masks, your soulmate sees something genuine within you. That realization has left a powerful impression on their soul. The universe is showing me that there are moments when your soulmate feels a strange pull toward you without understanding why. It feels almost magnetic. Almost spiritual. They try to explain it logically, but logic never seems strong enough. The connection goes deeper than logic. It exists in a place beyond words. A place where souls recognize each other long before minds fully understand what is happening. This is why your soulmate keeps returning to thoughts of you. Their soul already understands something their mind is still trying to catch up with. Listen carefully because this next part is important. Your soulmate is beginning to realize that what they heard about you confirmed something they secretly hoped was true. Deep down, they always felt there was more to you than what appeared on the surface. Deep down, they sensed there was a story they had not yet heard. A truth they had not yet discovered. And when someone finally revealed that truth, it felt like finding a missing piece of a puzzle. Suddenly things started making sense. Suddenly certain feelings became easier to understand. Suddenly certain emotions felt justified instead of confusing. The universe has been working quietly behind the scenes. While you have been focusing on your own journey, your own challenges, your own growth, unseen forces have been arranging circumstances. Hearts have been shifting. Perspectives have been changing. And your soulmate has been moving closer to a realization that could change everything. The realization that you are not someone they want to forget. You are someone they want to understand more deeply. Someone they want to know more about. Someone they want to keep in their life. That realization grows stronger every single day. The strange thing is that your soulmate may not even talk about this to anyone. They may keep these feelings private. They may carry these thoughts silently. Yet silence does not make the feelings disappear. In fact, silence often makes feelings grow stronger. Because when emotions are not spoken, they echo louder inside the heart. And right now those echoes keep leading back to you. The universe wants you to know that your soulmate is learning an important lesson through all of this. They are learning that genuine connections cannot be forced, but they also cannot be ignored. Real connections have a way of returning again and again until they are acknowledged. That is exactly what is happening now. Every attempt to move past these feelings only seems to bring them back stronger. Every effort to dismiss the connection only makes it more noticeable. Every distraction eventually fades, but thoughts of you remain. Listen closely because your heart needs this right now. There is something beautiful happening beneath the surface. Your soulmate is not only thinking about you. They are also learning from you. Even from a distance. Even without direct conversations. Your strength inspires them. Your resilience inspires them. Your ability to continue moving forward despite challenges inspires them. They are beginning to see you as someone who brings light into situations without even trying. Someone whose presence changes the emotional atmosphere around them. Someone whose energy creates an impact that lasts long after the moment has passed. These realizations are transforming the way they see you. The deeper truth is that your soulmate has started imagining possibilities they once avoided imagining. Possibilities involving you. Possibilities involving the future. Possibilities involving what could happen if both of your paths continue moving toward each other. These thoughts may seem small now, but they are becoming more frequent. They are becoming harder to ignore. And every time they appear, they carry a feeling of hope. A feeling that maybe destiny is leading somewhere meaningful. Maybe all these signs are not random. Maybe all these emotions are not accidental. Maybe all these thoughts exist for a reason. The universe is asking you not to lose faith in your journey. Not every chapter reveals itself immediately. Some chapters begin in silence. Some chapters begin in hidden thoughts. Some chapters begin in private realizations that nobody else can see. That is where this story is right now. Inside your soulmate's heart, a new chapter has already begun. A chapter filled with curiosity, admiration, respect, and growing emotional awareness. They are discovering truths about you that continue surprising them. They are feeling emotions that continue deepening. They are experiencing a connection that continues expanding. And with every passing day, the idea of forgetting you becomes more impossible. Listen carefully because this message is reaching its most powerful point. The universe is showing me that your soulmate no longer sees you as someone ordinary. They see you as someone significant. Someone whose presence carries meaning. Someone whose story has touched them in ways they never expected. They may not have all the answers yet. They may still be figuring things out. They may still be navigating their own fears and uncertainties. But one thing has become absolutely clear inside their heart. Since someone finally told them who you really are, they have not been able to stop thinking about you. Your energy follows them through quiet moments. Your memory appears during unexpected times. Your spirit lingers in their thoughts long after distractions disappear. And the more they learn about you, the more they realize that meeting you was never an accident. It was part of a larger story, a deeper purpose, and a connection that destiny has been quietly guiding toward its next beautiful chapter all along. Listen closely because the message is reaching a level that your soulmate themselves are only beginning to understand. Right now, while you are listening to these words, there is a quiet transformation taking place inside their heart. It is not loud. It is not dramatic. It is not something the outside world can easily see. But it is real. The truth about you continues to echo through their mind like a song they cannot forget. Every day they discover another reason why those words affected them so deeply. Every day they realize that the image they once had of you was incomplete. They knew pieces of your story, but they never understood the depth of your soul. They never understood how much strength it took for you to survive certain chapters of your life. They never understood how many silent battles you fought while still showing kindness to the people around you. They never understood how much love you carry inside your heart even after experiencing disappointment. And now that they know these things, they cannot return to seeing you the way they once did. The old perception is disappearing. A new understanding is taking its place. The universe wants you to know that your soulmate has been comparing everyone else to you without even realizing it. They meet people. They have conversations. They go through their daily routines. Yet somehow nobody creates the same feeling that you create. Nobody leaves the same impression. Nobody stays in their thoughts the way you do. At first they tried to ignore this realization. They tried to convince themselves it meant nothing. But every comparison led them back to the same conclusion. There is something unique about you. Something unforgettable about your energy. Something that refuses to be replaced. Listen carefully because your heart needs this right now. There was a moment recently when your soulmate remembered something they had almost forgotten about you. It may have been a conversation, a detail, a memory, or simply a feeling connected to you. Whatever it was, it struck them differently this time. Suddenly they saw it through new eyes. Suddenly they understood its meaning. Suddenly they realized that even small moments involving you carried more significance than they originally believed. That realization stayed with them long after the moment passed. The deeper truth is that your soulmate has begun imagining what it would feel like to be closer to you. Not just physically. Emotionally. Spiritually. They have started wondering what conversations remain undiscovered between you. They have started wondering how much more there is to learn about you. They have started wondering what could happen if both of your hearts stopped listening to fear and started listening to truth. These thoughts are becoming more frequent now. More powerful now. More difficult to dismiss now. The universe is showing me that your soulmate sometimes catches themselves staring into space because they are lost in thoughts about you. They may not tell anyone this. They may not admit it out loud. But it happens. Their mind drifts toward you when they least expect it. They begin thinking about your smile. Your energy. Your journey. Your heart. And before they realize it, several minutes have passed. This is not happening by accident. Their soul keeps returning to you because it recognizes value. It recognizes significance. It recognizes a connection that deserves attention. Listen closely because this next part is important. The person who revealed the truth about you unknowingly started a chain reaction. Every word they shared created movement inside your soulmate. Every truth they revealed planted another seed. Those seeds are now growing. What began as curiosity is becoming admiration. What began as admiration is becoming emotional attachment. What began as emotional attachment is becoming something much deeper. And your soulmate is beginning to feel the weight of that realization. There are moments when they feel excited about it. There are moments when they feel nervous about it. There are moments when they feel both emotions at the same time. But regardless of how they feel, one thing remains constant. They cannot stop thinking about you. The universe wants you to understand something important. Sometimes people enter our lives and leave a temporary impact. Other people enter our lives and permanently change the way we see the world. Your soulmate is starting to realize that you belong to the second category. They are starting to realize that knowing you has changed something inside them. Learning more about you has changed something inside them. Thinking about you has changed something inside them. And these changes continue growing stronger every day. Listen carefully because your heart needs this right now. There is a reason why your energy feels different lately. There is a reason why certain thoughts keep returning. There is a reason why signs appear when you least expect them. Energies are moving. Hearts are awakening. Destinies are aligning. The universe has been preparing something behind the scenes for longer than either of you realize. While you have been focusing on your own growth, your own healing, your own journey, your soulmate has been going through their own transformation. They are learning lessons. They are gaining clarity. They are seeing truths they once overlooked. And every lesson seems to bring them one step closer to fully understanding what you mean to them. The deeper truth is that your soulmate no longer views you as a passing chapter. They no longer view you as a temporary thought. They no longer view you as someone they can simply forget. Instead, they see you as a meaningful part of their story. Someone whose presence carries emotional weight. Someone whose existence has influenced them in ways they never expected. Someone whose energy continues appearing even when they try to focus elsewhere. This realization is becoming impossible for them to deny. The universe is also showing me that your soulmate feels a growing sense of gratitude whenever they think about you. Gratitude for your existence. Gratitude for your heart. Gratitude for the lessons your presence has taught them. Even if circumstances have not unfolded exactly as they imagined, they still recognize the value you bring into their life. They recognize the way you inspire reflection. They recognize the way you encourage growth. They recognize the way you awaken emotions that had been sleeping for a long time. Listen closely because this message is moving toward an important truth. There may have been moments when you doubted your worth. Moments when you questioned whether anyone truly saw you. Moments when you wondered if your efforts, your kindness, and your love mattered. But the universe is showing you that your impact reaches further than you know. The qualities you sometimes overlook are the very qualities that have captured your soulmate's attention. The strength you barely notice. The compassion you freely give. The loyalty you naturally carry. These are the things they cannot stop thinking about. These are the things that continue replaying in their mind. These are the things that make you unforgettable. Your soulmate is beginning to understand that people like you do not come into their life every day. Genuine souls are rare. Honest hearts are rare. Deep connections are rare. And once they realized how rare you truly are, they became afraid of taking your presence for granted. That fear has made them pay closer attention. It has made them think more deeply. It has made them appreciate you in ways they never did before. Listen carefully because the universe wants these words to reach your heart. This story is still unfolding. The feelings are still growing. The understanding is still deepening. Your soulmate is still discovering new truths about you every day. And each discovery brings them closer to a realization they can no longer avoid. Since someone finally told them who you really are, their heart has not been the same. Their thoughts have not been the same. Their perspective has not been the same. Something changed. Something awakened. Something began growing inside them that refuses to disappear. And as this energy continues building, as this awareness continues expanding, and as this connection continues strengthening, your soulmate keeps finding themselves pulled back to the same truth over and over again. Out of all the people they could be thinking about, it is you. Out of all the memories they could revisit, it is yours. Out of all the energies they could feel, it is yours that remains. Because deep inside their soul, they are beginning to understand that you were never just another person in their story. You were always meant to be one of the most important chapters, and the more they learn about who you truly are, the more impossible it becomes for them to imagine a future where they stop thinking about you. Listen carefully because this is the final part of the message, and the universe wants these words to settle deeply within your heart. Your soulmate has reached a point where they can no longer pretend that nothing has changed. The thoughts have become too frequent. The feelings have become too strong. The signs have become too impossible to ignore. What started as a simple conversation about you has turned into something much bigger. It has become a journey of realization. A journey of awakening. A journey that continues leading them back to you no matter how many times they try to focus elsewhere. They now understand that there was always more to you than what appeared on the surface. They understand that behind your smile is strength. Behind your silence is wisdom. Behind your kindness is courage. And behind your journey is a soul that has survived things many people would never understand. The person who spoke about you revealed truths, but what truly changed everything was the way those truths resonated with your soulmate's heart. It felt familiar. It felt meaningful. It felt important. And once they felt that, there was no going back. The universe is showing me that your soulmate has started seeing you as someone who represents something rare. Not perfection, but authenticity. Not fantasy, but truth. Not temporary excitement, but lasting significance. Every time they think about you now, they feel something deeper than simple attraction. They feel respect. They feel admiration. They feel a connection that continues growing stronger instead of weaker. That is why your presence remains in their thoughts even when they are busy. That is why your memory appears unexpectedly during quiet moments. That is why your energy keeps finding its way back into their heart. Listen closely because your heart needs this right now. There were times when you felt invisible. Times when you wondered whether anyone truly saw the real you. Times when you questioned whether your efforts mattered. But the universe wants you to know that the qualities you worried nobody noticed are the exact qualities that have left the deepest impression on your soulmate. Your resilience. Your compassion. Your loyalty. Your ability to keep believing even after disappointment. These things shine brighter than you realize. They are not hidden from the people who are meant to see them. And now your soulmate is finally seeing them clearly. The deeper truth is that this connection has become a mirror for them. Through thinking about you, they are learning more about themselves. Through admiring your strength, they are discovering their own. Through recognizing your value, they are learning to recognize what truly matters in life. This is why the connection feels so powerful. It is not only changing how they see you. It is changing how they see themselves and their future as well. The universe has been arranging this awakening for a long time. Long before this conversation happened. Long before these realizations began. Long before either of you understood what was unfolding. Invisible threads were already being woven. Lessons were already being learned. Paths were already moving closer together. What seemed like coincidence was actually preparation. What seemed like a simple conversation was actually a turning point. And what seemed like ordinary curiosity was actually the beginning of a much deeper understanding. Listen carefully because this final truth is important. Your soulmate may still be figuring things out. They may still be navigating fears, uncertainties, and questions. They may not have every answer yet. But one thing has become undeniable inside their heart. They cannot stop thinking about you because their soul recognizes something meaningful. Their soul recognizes something valuable. Their soul recognizes someone who has touched them in a way few people ever have. Every sign they notice, every memory they revisit, every quiet moment of reflection brings them back to the same realization. You matter to them more than they expected. You have influenced them more than they realized. And your presence has become far more significant than they ever imagined possible. The universe wants you to trust the timing of this journey. Trust the chapters you cannot see yet. Trust the doors that are opening behind the scenes. Trust the growth that is taking place inside both hearts. Not everything reveals itself immediately, but that does not mean nothing is happening. Sometimes the most important transformations happen in silence before they appear in reality. Sometimes hearts need time to fully understand what souls already know. And right now, that understanding is growing stronger every single day. So if you have been wondering why these words found you today, this is why. Someone finally told your soulmate who you really are. They finally learned the truth behind the image. They finally saw the depth behind the surface. They finally understood the beauty, strength, and authenticity that have always existed within you. And since that moment, something inside them has changed forever. They carry thoughts of you into their mornings. They carry memories of you into their nights. They carry your energy into moments when they least expect it. And no matter how much time passes, one truth continues becoming clearer and clearer inside their heart. You are not someone they can easily forget. You are not just another chapter. You are a chapter that changed the story. You are a soul that left a mark. You are a presence that continues echoing through their thoughts. And as destiny continues unfolding, as the universe continues guiding both paths forward, and as the truth of this connection becomes impossible to deny, your soulmate keeps returning to the same realization again and again. Hearing who you truly are was one of the most important moments of their journey, because from that day forward, they have never been able to stop thinking about you. And deep within their heart they know that this story is not ending here, it is only beginning. Red Heart.